Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Forbidden Door preview show. I am Brad Winchester, and with me, as always, is my tag team partner, Tyler McDowell-Blanken, and our special guest today. Tyler, how you doing today?
Yeah, Brad, I'm doing great, man. It's wonderful to see you as always. It's a pleasure every single time. I am super excited, though, Brad. The voice of Gimmick Infringement is back. He is live and in person as we record. The one and only, the living legend, Alf Bergesen. How are you, sir?
I am so good. So happy to be back on the show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have you, Alf. Brad and I were chatting earlier today, and we came to this realization that we last had you on in December. Now, certainly we have a Facebook Messenger chat together, so we're in frequent communication, but it's been way too long, and we're just grateful for your presence. We have a lot to discuss.
Let's do this.
All right, let's dive in.
Brad.
So we'll start reverse order of our list. We'll start with the buy-in. We have two matches on the buy-in, correct? Is that both of those matches on there?
I believe so. Yeah, I think they're giving us two. Definitely this first one I think you're jumping into with the Ass Boys.
Yes, the Ass Boys, the Gun Club, the whole Gun Club, mind you. Billy also. And Max Caster against the New Japan Dojo. I don't know. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think they're a great aperitif, I guess. They're a great way to get the crowd excited, come out, cut a rhyme, go out there, be the Ass Boys. You have a famous wrestler in Billy Gunn. Maybe you get a famouser on somebody. And I think it'll be a great way to get the crowd excited. Who wins? I have no idea, nor do I care. But what the hell? I'll say the New Japan Dojo wins.
Alf.
I'm calling this one for the Ass Boys.
This is tough for me. I really want to go with our AEW guys here.
Yeah.
Brad, I think I'm going to agree with you. My heart is telling me Ass Boys and the Acclaim because I have so much love for them, but I'll go New Japan to win, to kick off the night.
It's hard to know because they're working heel. It's just because they're heels, but they're not really heels, but they're heels.
Are they?
It's like Danielson yesterday coming out of the tunnel saying, I came out of the bad guy tunnel. Of course I'm not going to tell you who the surprise guest is.
Yeah. And they can take. I think they can take the loss here. I don't know that the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys would be exceptionally hurt by losing. So
it's not going to matter at all because it's an eight man match. So
but to the AEW fans that are going to be buying this pay-per-view, like I feel like to them it will matter. I mean, I think a lot of viewers aren't going to know anyone in the New Japan Dojo, so it'd be like losing to jobbers almost, and I don't think you could do that to the Ass Boys. So I'm going to have to go Ass all the way. I think you guys are wrong.
I have a hard time because if it's Max Caster, him getting the pin is the crowd's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
If it's Colton Gunn, people are going to be pissed because the heels won. So it depends, I think, within that which one of the people are going to be the ones that take the pin or land the pin. They get the win. Billy's the only one that's safe either way, I feel like.
Which cities are the Ass Boys going to say hello to when they come out?
Let's see.
Not Chicago.
No, it's probably going to be like
Springfield.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, Joliet or something. Yeah, I can't even. I'm blanking. Trying to think of the one that's right on the border of.
I'm not very well versed in my Illinois cities. That's embarrassing.
It'd be funny. I think it would be hilarious if they said Milwaukee, because that would get a bigger reaction than anything.
Yeah.
Or if they said Green Bay.
Ooh, yes.
I think that would be.
Alf, let me just say, as we approach 5 minutes here on this one, I think you guys are. I think you guys are more. I think you guys are more well versed overall in the New Japan talent than I am. I'm big enough to admit that. So I don't really know if these New Japan Dojo guys are extremely well known. But Alf, I gotta say, you convinced me. Organic content today. I'm gonna go with Ass on this one.
Yes, that's two for Ass.
You convinced me. I'm going with it.
Double down on Ass.
Yeah. All right. That's 2 asses in the group. Our next match, we have. Or actually, you know what, Tyler? Go ahead and introduce our next match.
Yeah, let's go. And again, presumably this is on the buy-in. Apologies if that's wrong, but we definitely know this is going to be on the card. We have the formidable duo of Swerve in Our Glory, Shane Strickland and Keith Lee versus El Desperado and Kanemaru. What do you guys think here? And hopefully my pronunciations are okay too. I was worried about that. I'm going Swerve in Our Glory all the way. I love these guys. Please push them to the moon. And I hope they don't break up ever.
I'm with you. The only thing I have to add is that the New Japan Dojo, looking it up, sounds kind of like their feeder system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the young boys.
Yeah,
the
I'm going.
Ass all the way.
Yeah, I'm going ass.
That's 3 asses.
Yeah, that's 3 asses.
That's 3.
Unanimous.
Three
Unanimous ass.
Asses.
Look at Alf just influencing the hearts and minds of all of us, Brad.
That was ass-sounding. If I had a loser game show sound to play right now.
What do you guys think? To me, this is unquestionably Swerve in Our Glory, unless we get, pun intended, a swerve here, and maybe that friction continues between those two. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. This match is going to be great. I can't wait to see El Desperado in the ring with Swerve.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't wait to see him in the ring with Keith. I think they could do some really cool stuff in there. I can absolutely see him flipping off of Keith in some way because he's just such a behemoth. So I think this match is going to be a ton of fun. No question in my mind. It's Swerve in Our Glory. I think though it won't be Swerve. It'll be Keith, still mad and still not trusting him, turning on Swerve, if anything else, and then him going like payback or whatever, and then leaving.
Oh wow!
It wouldn't be a heel turn. It would just be like, see, I can do it to you too,
Right.
and that might be the end of it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree with the winners on that one, and I think you guys are on the right track with the swerve to the swerve match for sure.
Perfect. Brad, I guess I'll take the next one here. We got to talk about the name as well. Dudes with Attitudes, a name that I love. This team is comprised of the Icon, Sting, Darby Allin, Takahashi, and Shingo versus Bullet Club, Young Bucks, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo. Alf, you want to kick us off with this one?
Oh, this for me, this is, I don't know. I wanted to hear what you guys had to say about this one. I'm really not sure. I feel like you can't take the titles off the Young Bucks, so it doesn't matter if they lose this match. So I'm thinking the Bullet Club loses.
Ooh. Brad, agree or disagree?
Man, I don't know. This one's such a toss-up here. Yeah, I'm with Alf on this one.
Bullet Club wins. I think I got to agree with you guys. I wanted to be a little controversial and go against it, mostly because I love the name, Brad, of their competitors. And I love me some Sting. I told you I was going to get Freya the Sting plushie at Walmart. I think I messaged you that, but I didn't because it was very expensive. Bullet Club, though, it seems like Young Bucks are riding a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
And if our first 2 predictions come true, and if those are the first 2 matches, I think New Japan would be poised to win a match. Not saying the night's going to end with an even split necessarily, but it seems like this would be the perfect time for NJPW to pick up a win. So I'm going to agree with you guys.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, them beating the Ninja Turtles.
We love the Ninja Turtles, Brad. You just don't want them resurrected in 2022. Is that what I'm
Would it be better? Would it be better, Brad, if they cut a couple syllables off and just said "dudes with tudes," or would that make it worse?
That's so much worse. I just don't understand. I feel like Sting came up with that name because it's old and it's just old. It sounds
from the 90s.
Yes, it's.
Yeah.
You do realize that's 30 years ago.
Yeah,
that makes me sad.
Can I just say though, how amazing is it that we're getting Sting on this card?
I
don't know about you guys, but I did not see that coming. I did not expect him to be on this. I'm stoked.
Listen, I'm one of the first things I thought when he came out, they were doing their promo yesterday, their little video package. and he said the awkward thing about going down a hill twice. I didn't really get that. We're gonna kick him down the hill. We're gonna keep kicking him down the hill, and it's like, what a hill? What is this metaphor? I don't understand this. I was like, oh my god, Sting in New Japan. Holy shit, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait for this. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I'm just really excited to see what happens.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. All right, next one, gents. We have 6-man tag city. Eddie Kingston, Umino, and Wheeler Yuta versus Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy G.
Man,
Heels or faces?
Man, I don't want to give anything to Sammy Guevara right now.
I feel like the outcome of this match, I feel like we have to look ahead to Blood and Guts, and that will tell us how this match will end.
Explain, Alf.
I think you're right.
I just think it's a setup, right? I mean, so if Jericho and his faction win this match, then they're poised to lose Blood and Guts. If they lose this match, they're poised to win Blood and Guts. I mean, that's probably too simplistic, but I'm thinking that's where they're
definitely losing Blood and Guts, right?
Jericho's Appreciation Society is 100% they're losing. I'm with you, Alf. Same thing. Yeah. I think Jericho gets the win here for a variety of reasons. One, Blood and Guts. It's so soon afterward, and two, the New Japan audience knows Jericho. The real question is, do we see Painmaker?
Oh my gosh, I hope not.
I hope not too.
How you really feel about dudes with attitudes are my exact feelings toward the Painmaker.
Those are my exact feelings about both. It's just such a bad name for Darby and Sting. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Sting with an attitude. Sting's a mute. He said he didn't say anything for an entire year.
Go back to late '80s Sting though. That was
he is not wearing Surfer Sting face paint.
Oh my god!
I refuse. If he comes out
blonde buzz cut.
Oh my god, Alf! If he comes out tomorrow or on Sunday,
no, he won't. But I mean, maybe that's what the reference is.
He needs to. I want to see it. If he comes out with Surfer Sting face paint and he blondes it up, you'll hear the explosion over in Marana. You'll hear it. Thunderous pop over here. That would be incredible. And then it'd be like attitudes. I get it now. Right now it's like, no, you're like, you deserve the Enigma moniker more than any of the Hardys ever will. Darby and Sting being quiet all the time, just sort of going out there, being stoic, being somber. Dudes with attitudes? It doesn't fit at all. It's terrible. It's one of the worst. It's a terrible label. If it's better with the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
You raise good points, my friend. I think we are going to get
I'm going to get 5 minutes just on this rant, so we need to move away.
I think we're going to get a Darby premeditated homicide dive or two, and your heart will be filled, Brad. We will get over the name.
Oh, yell, wow, what attitude.
No doubt. Yeah, this one's tough for me, guys. Alf, really great way to lead us on it. I for sure think the JAS is losing at Blood and Guts. So, yeah, I'll pick him here. I'll go with him.
The other thing is, since we have the new person that's going to be stepping in for Danielson, that'll be doing the next match. I think we're talking about here is Zack Sabre Jr. Versus a hand-picked opponent. That'll be our transition out. I don't know who wins here. They've had people debut and lose. They had Johnny Elite, even though I know he doesn't have a graphic. He's working in AEW. He came in and immediately lost, had another match and then lost. So he's only been in 2 AEW matches and lost both. So who knows what happens here? But I think it'll be a great one. I think we get Claudio. I don't think we're getting Gargano, even though he is in Chicago that day at a con or something. He's like, I scheduled it months ago, and then I'm there for 8 hours. And
then
put
out the tweet.
Yeah. Edge said, absolutely not. I'm not coming back to you. And then he debuted at the Royal Rumble. So who knows? I still think it's going to be Claudio. I think it's the former Cesaro will show up. If that's the case, there's no way they have him lose in Blood and Guts. So either way, I think the faction with him being that kind of X factor, that giant, because he is he's a big dude, underrated, huge man.
Yes.
I think it's because he's so like his frame. It looks he carries all of his weight evenly distributed. It's not like huge legs, huge arms, huge chest. It's just sort of all incredibly strong. But he's
Right.
very tall.
Great muscularity. Yes.
Yes, incredibly tall and
great athlete.
Man, just I can't wait to see some uppercuts. Hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know who wins here. I guess it depends on who the opponent is. If it's Gargano, I think Zack Sabre Jr. wins. If it's Claudio, I think he hands him an uppercut sandwich and spins him 400 times, and then maybe we get a UFO. All of it would be great.
Alf, what do you think? That this is an exciting one. Who do you think the opponent's going to be, and what's your prediction?
I feel like we got robbed, by the way.
The opponent, I really wanted to see Danielson Sabre. Zack Sabre Jr. is a big deal in New Japan. He just won a tournament recently. He's beaten Okada, not in I think title matches, but tournament matches. So it's really hard for me to see him taking a loss to some like surprise guy. But if the surprise guy is someone that Khan has long-term plans for, I don't think he wants that guy losing in his debut match at a big pay-per-view. So I really think it depends. Like if he just gets some free agent to come in to get a big pop and do a job, then I see Sabre winning. But like if he brings in Claudio, how do you have him lose his debut match?
You don't.
I think you can. You could do it very easily with crappy booking, and have the Jazz run in and interfere, cost them the match, WWE. since they know that he would be fighting them at Blood and Guts. That would be the out to protect him, but I don't want to see that. I also it's professional wrestling, so I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter all that much who wins, who loses. But if you're planning on building him over time, if he loses, it's probably fine. If you want him to be a top guy right away, he's got to win. Wins and losses matter in AEW, so
yeah. I'm
until they don't, unless it's TNT.
I'm rolling with Claudio here, and I definitely think he gets the win over Zack Sabre Jr. I am stoked for this match. Like you said, Brad, the rumors of Gargano are floating out there. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It seems like those are really the only two names being discussed. So perhaps there's a third out there that maybe would be a super surprise.
Tyler, it's time for our monthly. It's Bray Wyatt making his return. Wyndham Rotunda coming to
Bray Wyatt
Elite
this Sunday.
So, I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, when they show the graphic and it's the profile of the wrestler, right? They've got a little bit of hair, it's close cropped. Now, do they follow through on that sort of hint, or do they go in a complete? I just want to know historically, because
I think it's generic.
I feel like they're trying to. It is generic, okay?
Yeah,
because like, could it possibly be? I know Sabre Jr. and Omega worked together in New Japan multiple times. I don't know if you spoil Omega's return on a match like this, but they need like a big story or whatever.
I can't see Kenny with Mox and Kenny
the Blood and Guts part.
Yeah. Okay. With Kenny with everybody else that's going to be in Blood and Guts. I don't see that happening. I thought about that too, and I was like, it doesn't really. I don't know how they would have an out storyline wise if they're going to have trios titles. Kenny's going to be involved unless they're kicking Wheeler Yuta out of there, or they're going to do something else.
Oh, right, because this is confirmed a member of the Blackpool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
And it seems like Gargano and Claudio would fit perfectly. Filling in for the Blackpool Combat Club, specifically Claudio, given their rapport with Regal. Claudio's in the ring. Yeah, Gargano and Regal, obviously for NXT days, and then Claudio is
NXT days as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, both of them have that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the essence of what BCC stands for sure.
The way they booked Claudio in WWE, though, he was never like, I don't want to say, he was never sort of a joke. Well, sometimes they made him a joke.
Yes, they made him a joke several times.
So bringing him in as Blackpool, I think, to people that aren't familiar with his work outside WWE, I think it'll seem kind of strange.
It might until they see this match. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'll get over it.
Yeah,
They'll get over it pretty soon.
Like
Okay.
once they see stuff like I know I sent you that clip today. Once they start seeing stuff like that, just the raw power and being able to actually technically wrestle because he's very good at just pure wrestling. Man, sign me up. Inject it right in the mad
Brad, you sent us quickly, and then we'll move on. You sent us a clip of then Cesaro versus Sami Zayn from NXT. I think like this was early NXT, maybe even their first major show on the network. And man, Claudio Cesaro, whatever we're calling him, I said this to you guys earlier in one of our chats. I don't know that I can name 5 dudes better at this than him. He is just. I mean, I know he got the feud with Roman Reigns before he left WWE. Yeah. That was a high-profile place for him.
And the win over Seth.
He obviously didn't win. He beat Seth at Mania. But, man, I just really believe in this dude. I think it's going to be him, and I do think he beats ZSJ at the show. A match that I am incredibly excited for, guys. Maybe even most excited for on this entire card.
I know where you're going.
And it's not hyperbole. We have the All-Atlantic Championship 4-way dance. Competitors. We have the Bastard Pac, the Redeemer Miro, the leader of House of Black, the one and only Malachi Black, a favorite of Brad and I's. And then, guys, we have another injury. Ishii is officially out of this match. Clark Connors is replacing him. I don't know much about Clark Connors. I know he is white. And Brad, you said he may have a red cape.
Yeah, well, I immediately associate anybody named Clark is absolutely got a parent named Jonathan or Martha. Like
absolutely,
it's a given.
I looked up his photo, confirmed. Yes, guys, I don't truthfully, as much as I try to prepare for this recording, I'm not even sure who I want to pick yet. I think I'm leaning Bastard on this one. I'm really picking with my heart. Wow. But I gotta turn it over to you guys. Alf, you want to get us kicked off? How are you feeling about this match, and who becomes the inaugural All-Atlantic champion?
So, did you pick Pac?
I'm picking Pac. Let's just call it what it is. I am picking the Bastard.
I thought you were going to pick Miro for sure.
I want Miro in the main title scene or reclaiming TNT. Alf, I'll just leave this here. Then I want to pass it to you.
Yeah.
My ultimate fantasy booking here is Wardlow becomes TNT champion at All Out. As much as I love Scorpio, I think it's Wardlow's belt to win. And then give me Wardlow versus Miro as the TNT title feud.
Two juggernauts.
I'm going to pick Pac here.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I don't think Miro's going to win it just because he's had a belt in AEW. And I don't, the House of Black thing. I like the feud with Death Triangle, but it seems like that's not really. I think that's kind of almost played out. They never really finished it, but it feels a bit played out at this point, to me at least. So I just don't think. I don't know this Connor Clark dude or whatever. He sounds like a really fine, upstanding citizen, but and probably passable professional wrestler. But I'm gonna go with Malachi Black. I think he's
wow.
Yeah,
that's bold. I like it. Malachi with his first taste of gold in All Elite Wrestling.
Brad,
I'm bummed that we're not going to get to see Miro standing off with Ishii. I think that could have been really cool. Yeah. Clark Connors looks like Hangman Adam Jungle Boy. Like that's the best way. Like if you look up a picture of him,
accurate.
It's. I saw him and I was like, I don't know what it's going to look like.
You popped out.
Yeah. Also, I knew I'd seen this. I'm sending this link to you guys in the chat, and hopefully it works because it's been bothering me. I know I've seen it before. Yes. There you go. You're welcome.
Two dudes with attitude. Shawn Michaels and these. I have that shirt actually. I literally bought that shirt like a month ago.
I knew I saw it before.
Great callback.
And I was like, it's been bugging me. It's like, welcome to Gimmick Infringement, but in real life. Yeah. So man, this is a hard one to pick. Pac's been there since the beginning.
Yes.
He's a day oneer.
Give it
No
to us,
gold.
Brad. Give it to us.
I think
Brad?
I think I'm going Malachi. I think I'm going Malachi. Part of the reason is here's part of my rationale here. Malachi deserves it. It's not that Pac doesn't. Pac absolutely deserves it, but I think he's going to get trios gold before House of Black, simply because Rey Fenix and Penta they can't compete in this event. It sucks because of the stupid CMLL AAA beef. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. I already did that probably poorly once long enough. I just think it's Malachi's time to have gold. Certainly not going to be Clark Connors. I don't think it'll be Miro. I think they'll give it to somebody that hasn't had it yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Miro. It's Miro. I wouldn't be shocked if he won it. It's just I don't see him winning with a submission in a match with 3 other people. So, like I feel like Miro gets him in the game, somebody in the game over, probably Clark there, and then
I think Clark is eating the pin.
Malachi just black masses his face off while he's doing a submission, and then while Pac is laying lifeless on the outside from like a missed black arrow or something. I don't know.
Why you got to do that to the bastard?
But if Pac wins, pumped. Miro wins, pumped. Malachi wins, pumped. Clark wins.
Brad, I think your point is spot on. The reason I'm not picking Miro, aside from my meaty men fantasy booking, Alf, is that I think this is perfect because Miro doesn't have to take the pin here.
Right.
He doesn't have to be defeated. So, guys, even if your prediction comes true and Malachi gets the gold, that's a hell of a second option. I would not be mad at that. Malachi with gold sounds fantastic, but I'm going to stick with the bastard here. I'm really hopeful about it.
I think if either of those two guys win, then the feud between House of Black and Death Triangle can continue and carry on.
True.
And like reach a true culmination. So if Miro wins, then where does that go?
The trios titles just need to happen flat.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the undisputed elite, the elite, whatever they call themselves after they break up, because they will. The Adam Cole, Red Dragon, and then Young Bucks, Kenny, Death Triangle, House of Black. I'm forgetting people. You could do the Gun Club. Up
until last week, I
thought so too. Jurassic,
yeah.
Whatever they were calling it, just Jurassic, right?
Yeah.
No
longer.
Not Express. Because I can't believe Christian brought up Marco. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes.
Forget Luke Perry, which was savage.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what happened to Marco? And then oh my god,
stung all of us.
I was holding my face listening to it. I stood up
cold.
at the dead dad comment. I was like, did you just say that?
Great heel fashion as well. I've only seen Christian, it seems like in tees and maybe the occasional Fonzie leather jacket, but didn't my man bring out the black turtleneck?
Yes.
For this one? Chef's kiss all around.
Great new tee, by the way. Just worked everyone instead of outwork everyone. I thought that was great.
Long term.
We should move on. I want to move on to the match that I'm most looking forward to of the evening. The one that I think will tickle all of us, that will end up being an incredibly entertaining match. And that is, of course, the IWGP United States Championship match. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. I cannot wait for this match. Orange Cassidy has shown many times over that he is an athletic person that knows how to wrestle. He can actually go, but you throw in the comedy bits with somebody as serious as Will Ospreay, who can also sell his ass off and make anything do believable. I love his counter to like a throw off the ropes of just basically jumping and kicking off a person's chest to backflip out of it is incredible. I don't know how that works with Orange, because I can absolutely see Orange doing what he did in this match this week, where he just grabs the ropes and stops and does a little thumbs up as Will stares at him. It just pisses him off. I think this match is going to be a ton of fun. I think I'm going to say it. I think Orange wins.
Let's go. I don't expect that.
I don't know that he should, but I think this would be the biggest swerve of all of them. So this is going to be If I have to take a gamble on a Cinderella,
Yeah.
Orange loses all of his title matches. Every one of them. He has been in like 10. He's over.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could be the place where he wins. Even though I think an ROH title or the TV title for ROH or something like that would be a much better fit. Orange Cassidy, Wheeler Yuta for the pure title, I think would be a lot of fun. But go ahead, because he's in Roppongi Vice, so he's already working with New Japan. So I thought maybe this is where he picks up a New Japan win.
Yeah, but we were talking about the trios titles.
That's the only thing.
Yet earlier, but like Best Friends would be an ideal candidate for that as well.
But Best Friends don't really exist anymore because Roppongi Vice, and then it's just Chuck Taylor and Orange, who are all sort of. They're in what's that faction called? I can't remember the name of the faction. They're in the New Japan faction.
Chaos? Yeah. No, it's not Chaos.
I thought it was Chaos.
I think Chaos is right.
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Something
well
like
done.
that. Yeah. If not Chaos. Yeah.
I knew it was one word. Yeah.
So they're in like a stable. So I don't know who the three wrestlers would be since Trent and Rocky have been tagging together. Chuck Taylor's had a singles match here and there. That's kind of all he's doing. So I don't know unless they bring back actual Best Friends proper.
And Brad, if I just may interject. Give me Chris Statlander somewhere in here as well. Just insert Chris Statlander. Let her chuck dudes across the ring.
Amazing.
I would be here for it. Alf, as you were saying.
Oh well, so there's the maybe trio factor. I just know that the New Japan US titles changed hands.
Yeah, recently,
quite a bit recently. A few times, and so maybe that means they're comfortable, like moving the belt through various wrestlers more frequently than other belts, but I feel like it was so recently. But then Ospreay still has another title too. Yes. So if he loses this one can go either way. I like both wrestlers. I prefer Ospreay. I just think he's a better worker.
So much better. One of the best in the world.
Yeah, definitely. I hope he wins, but if Orange Cassidy wins, I'll cheer for the guy because I think he deserves some gold here pretty soon.
I love Orange Cassidy. Super partial to him. Brad, I love your hot take on this one. I'm very tempted to agree with you, but I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay. I think that dude has, admittedly, as someone who was not overly familiar with his work, I think I've seen that 30-second clip with him and Ricochet, like 50 times in my life, but that's been about the extent of my Will Ospreay exposure. I think he has completely leaped off of our screens since being on AEW programming. The star quality, the in-ring work. I think this is going to be a big moment for him. I think he retains.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be mad either way. Orange losing all the time does bother me a little bit. Dude needs to win in a big match at some point.
True.
The biggest win he had is probably Chris Jericho.
Mimosa Mayhem. That was a thing that happened, and he did win the feud though, which is good.
The best part of that feud was the interview with Bischoff mediating.
Absolutely, 100%. So Brad, I know Orange Cassidy is a favorite of yours, but I would go out on a limb that your two favorite workers in this entire company are in this next match.
You know it.
We have a winner takes all 3-way tag for the ROH and IWGP tag titles. FTR, your two favorites, versus Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan versus Roppongi Vice. Alf, I think you got to kick this one off for us. Who wins all the gold?
FTR.
I agree.
FTR.
Nothing to add. FTR. It's the only belt they haven't won yet.
Yeah.
Although Cobb and Great O'Khan just won the belts back, they lost. I can't remember who they lost to a month ago or so, but then they won it back.
Aussie Open, was it?
No, it wasn't Aussie Open.
It might.
I saw the match. I can't remember. I think it was two. It might have been a couple Bullet Club guys.
Oh, it wasn't Good Brothers, right?
No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm failing you miserably here. But anyway, they just won the belts back. But yeah, no, FTR, because I think it's FTR.
Yeah, I think it protects them from the being number one contenders for like a year in AEW. It protects them from that looking bad if they have these two other championships that they have to defend, and pull them off the show every once in a while, or defend on the show or at pay-per-views or whatever. They just seem like they want to work. They just seem like they want to do everything because they know their time is limited. So go and do all the cool things they can. Being managed by Bret Hart, incredible. Even if it was in a small arena, I don't know, like 2,000 people there maybe, and whatever. They didn't seem to care. They seemed pumped to do it. So I can see this happening. I can see FTR doing really well over there. They're huge baby faces right now. That pop they got when their music hit, man, that was incredible. So yeah, FTR.
I second everything you guys said. For me, it's FTR, no doubt. As much as I love Trent, and Rocky's great too, but I think we got to go with the living legends. It's still astounding to me how seamless their transition into baby faces has been, Brad. Like, these guys were just such good heels, and then like the music I associated with being heels, and Tully coming out and us booing them, even though we secretly love them. FTR baby faces is like, I just did not know how much I needed it, and it's completely surpassed my expectations. So I think they leave Chicago with all the gold. Speaking of gold, though, we have the sole women's match on the card. A critique of this event, if there has been one, is that we weren't sure if we were going to get a women's match. We do have one, which I suppose is better than zero. Thunder Rosa is defending her AEW Women's Championship against Toni Storm. So Toni Storm is in a title program. She has just really ascended since joining the company. She's put on bangers. Brad and I have discussed at length. Alf, I want to again kick it to you here. I'm going to give you a multi-layered question here. Wow. What have you thought about Toni's brief time in AEW? And do you think it's too soon to take the belt off Thunder Rosa?
Wow. Well, I've been impressed with Toni's work. I've seen a lot of improvement very quickly from her. I mean, when she came in, she seemed a little bit rusty, which is understandable, but she's just been killing it. Thunder Rosa, I don't know. Did you guys discuss the recent controversy with her match against
Shafir?
Yeah. Did you guys talk about that?
Lightly. You should share your thoughts, and we'll jump into it.
Well, I mean, if she's difficult to work with, if she is a diva or I don't know if we can say that, right? A prima donna, and if she was sandbagging and no selling and working stiff with other talent, I mean, maybe this is when they take the belt off her. It does seem kind of abrupt, and it does seem kind of early for Storm to win it, but maybe this is Thunder Rosa's swan song. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's a good point. No, I haven't really processed it at all. In fairness, while I was we had no internet here for the entire damn day. I was streaming everything on my phone while I was making music and making graphics for what we're doing right now. Looks and I probably didn't. I probably just missed it. But that's been something with her for a while. But it started back when she was in the NWA as women's champion, coming in, and it was the other way around. It was people not selling for her. So it was Ivelisse, right? She had that match.
Yeah.
Ivelisse
seems like that's when it started in AEW.
Yeah, and so she just started beating the shit out of her because she wasn't selling. So I know that if things are getting no sold, that she'll throw potatoes. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I just thought her run so far has been boring. I don't know if it's booking. I was telling Tyler, and I know I said it a couple of weeks ago, I just want to see her turn heel. I think heel Thunder Rosa makes all the sense in the world. This isn't it. Have her lose and then turn and I'm so pissed off that I lost that I'm just going to start beating people up and saying what's on my mind about the talent. I think that could go a long way in kind of changing her trajectory. I love her as a talent. I like watching her work. Her promos are all the same, and she hasn't been in a good feud yet through this. The Serena Deeb feud should have been easy money, and it was all bad. All of
the match ruled, but the
match was
program itself,
incredible, but the program itself was bad.
Yeah.
Just all of the promos, unless they did vignettes, it was bad. The pre-filmed stuff worked a little better, but all the live in-person stuff was just all bad. I don't know what else to say. It was not entertaining. It wasn't Wardlow in a 20-man match where the pins made no sense.
We never discussed that.
No, we never did.
We never did. We were both disappointed.
All those guys laying on their stomachs count as a pin. What is this? It's so stupid.
It's Wardlow's world. We're just living in it. So wait, are you guys picking Thunder to retain, or you think
I'm picking Tony?
I'm picking Tony.
I've been picking
Rosa.
Tony. I've been picking Tony this entire time. So I think it's look at her. Watch Tony Storm come out, and you're like, all right, this is a champion. This is a star right here.
I get it. I'm not mad at that. I'm picking Thunder Rosa though. I have hope that I don't know if it's a heel turn or better programs for her, but personally, I don't think I'm ready for her to drop the belt. But quite frankly, I don't think she's going to drop it this Sunday. I think Tony's absolutely a future champion and maybe the next woman to take the belt off her. I don't think it happens at Forbidden Door though.
Storm Zero, center of the ring. Give it to me. I want Thunder Rosa.
I love Tony.
So what we know, Tony's getting drop kicked at some point, probably out of the ring, right? Thunder Rosa doing that drop kick where it's just an actual drop kick, and then we're getting Tony Storm hitting Thunder Rosa at 40 miles an hour with a hip in the corner into a turnbuckle.
Yeah.
That hip attack might be the most vicious thing in the entire company. Like every time I see it, I'm like, oh God, somebody just broke something. It's
yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Future champion. I don't think it's Sunday. I don't think it's at Forbidden Door. Guys, I think we have 2 matches left on this card somehow. Yes. Co-main events. Let's start with the 4-way. We have another title match that's a 4-way dance for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. Oh boy, this is going to be good. We have the champion, the newly crowned champion, Jay White, versus Hangman Page, versus Okada, versus Adam Cole Bebe. Guys, I'm really intrigued by this one. What are your thoughts heading in? And ultimately, who wins? Do we see a new champion here? Alf, you want to get us kicked off?
Yeah, well, sure. I think Jay White can carry the belt in either promotion with equal effectiveness. I think he draws well in New Japan. I think he draws well in AEW. He's got that cachet in both companies. So I feel like he retains. I kind of feel bad for Adam Cole, though. Like, the dude can't bring it home, and it's got to happen for him eventually, I'm assuming.
Alf, you know he has a belt right now.
Well,
he was the Owen Foundation man.
Yeah, but
he has.
That's a trophy in belt form, and kudos to him.
It is a trophy.
Fair play, and it is a good-looking title, and
it should stay home.
Richly deserved, yes. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jay White. What do you guys think?
Brad? Tyler. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
love it.
I think Jay White. I feel like he should keep it. I also think that this could be a way for. I actually wouldn't hate Hangman or Adam Cole winning this. Adam Cole winning or Hangman winning this, I think, is what I want to see. And it's not because I want to see Hangman win the belt. It's because I want to see Hangman wrestle Okada. And that's a way for Okada to get the belt back. But what do you do with Jay White at that point? But I feel like Jay White entering into an AEW title picture could be really great too. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know who's gonna win this, man. Like, it could be literally any one of them, which is what is so great
Right.
about it.
Yeah, you
I'm
could see
really
a title
curious
change.
about. I'm curious about how they're selling this in Japan. Like,
Yes,
is it as big
agreed.
a deal in Japan as it is here? And if it is, then maybe Okada regains his belt on American soil against
Mm.
3 Gaijin wrestlers. That would be epic for the fans of Japan. So
Yeah.
now I'm second
Yeah,
guessing
that.
myself. But anyway,
Wouldn't
Yeah,
hate it.
Alf, that's
Okada's incredible. So I kind of hope it is Okada. Does he has to pin Hangman though if he does it, right?
and did you hear the pop
I-
that he got when he appeared
Thank you.
on Dynamite?
Okay,
the
so I was
coin.
gonna
The
say
coin
something about that.
drop. We've been waiting for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So all of the anti AEW or the pro WWE, whatever you want to call them, the nobody cares about that guy, the nobody's going to know any of these wrestlers if they show up. And in fairness, there's a lot that I don't know,
Right.
but I know a lot. The names we brought up tonight, like Tanahashi, we haven't talked about yet, but Naito, Ishii, Suzuki's on here, and you have Okada and you have Kenta and you have all these great wrestlers. Okada is a name people know because he's too big to be contained to simply one place. And for that coin to just ching, 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 and the place go nuts says all you need to know about how hugely popular and successful this guy is. And I love the zooming in on that woman in the crowd. The like she froze in time as it zoomed in, and it was just really great. Like, holy crap, Okada's here. That was pretty cool. Yeah, incredible. So, again, like I don't know. Adam Cole. What the hell? I'm gonna pick Adam Cole.
Wow.
Hangman Adam Cole.
I was tempted to, Brad. Think this could be a big look for Adam Cole. I mean, obviously his biggest if he were to win this since joining AEW. I got to be honest with you, though. A reason why I love you guys so much is how persuasive both of you are. Alf, the pick for Okada to leave with regaining his gold. I really like that idea. That's going to lead into the next match for me. The match we're likely to leave the show with, the other co-main event. It's going to lead into my pick there. I'm going to go with Okada here. I think he regains the gold, and I just really love your point there, Alf. You convinced me, my dude.
I think the part of the reason that I struggle here is because of this next match. And I know we've talked about this, which is why I think it's probably not going to be Okada. I'm probably going to be loud wrong on that, but it's we'll get into it in a second here, but Adam Cole, Hangman Adam Page, obviously Jay White and Okada, all of them have had runs in New Japan. So it's so hard when the fans know all of these talent in AEW and in Japan. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here because they're probably popular all over, either as heels or faces. I don't know how popular Adam Cole was within the Bullet Club, but I mean comparatively, because I feel like he was the guy in NXT and he is a guy in AEW, which bums me out a little bit. But he's been getting his spots and his moments. He's still incredible. So I don't know. I think a belt would really help Adam Cole a lot. So Hangman just had a belt. Adam Cole hasn't had anything other than the Owen. Jay currently has it. Okada's had it several times. So I think I'm just going to stick with Adam Cole, even though I could see anybody taking this one.
Yeah.
Do you see Adam Cole doing a program in Japan defending the belt? Like, do you see him stepping away from AEW for a couple months or whatever to go defend the belt in Japan?
More than Hangman.
Yeah.
Adam Cole's not married and doesn't have children. So I feel like with Hangman having a newborn, that probably would play into him leaving for a long period of time. I don't know. And who knows, because New Japan does all those shows on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So he might not have to leave to defend it. So unless there's something in the Tokyo Dome or something.
The way that belt changes hands, though, it's really infrequent. It's not something that...
Right. They don't give it up. It's the same with AEW's belt.
Yeah.
Are we overthinking this one? Is the smart money on Jay White simply retains his belt?
Probably.
That was my original pick, and
Like,
I hedged it with Okada.
Are we being too creative on this one?
Maybe,
I feel like maybe it's just Jay White retains, and we all love the match.
They all beat the piss out of each other, and Jay White pins Adam Cole.
Right.
And then that starts leading to tension between him and the Bullet Club. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because that's already there.
Jay White's retaining. he's retaining. As persuasive as you were, Alf.
All right.
I think Switchblade is keeping the gold. Yeah.
This is our final match of the evening. My goodness, this is for the interim AEW World Championship. So this is presumably the title's going to stay put until Punk comes back, and then we'll see what happens there. I would assume Punk will regain it, but kind of hope he doesn't right away. I would like to see him. Maybe that's a good spot for a heel turn for him, and then he wins it. But somebody's got to win this. I think this is my thought here. This is Tony Khan, huge fan of the business. I think Tanahashi wins. I think he beats Mox, even though we've talked off air our thoughts of how the work looks at this stage in the game. Tony Khan loves his history. He honors all of that. He's very respectful. And I think it would be the biggest swerve of all, and would be a huge ratings moment for people to go, holy shit, the title isn't in the company. I got to see what's going to happen now. And I think that might be a good way to get people to get eyeballs on the TV, provided that Tanahashi's actually going to be on AEW TV. Whether or not he is, I don't know. None of us know what any of those deals are, and I think that's probably to keep us from knowing really, what the outcome of these things are going to be. And will that be defended in New Japan, or will that be defended in AEW? I don't know. I want to see Mox win it again. I want to see Mox have the championship strap with people, since he barely had it before we shut down, and he carried the company through most of the pandemic until Kenny took it. I think another Mox run would be incredible. I'm kind of leaning that way, but I'm going to pick Tanahashi just because I think we need to have one giant upset during the course of this. And if we're picking somebody I don't know if it's an upset for the World Championship, for the 4-way, that's the place where I could see it changing hands into an AEW guy, because there's so many people in the ring. But I think Tanahashi beating Jon Moxley, and Mox would absolutely eat a pin for Tanahashi. So I'm going to pick Tanahashi. I don't have anything to back it up other than Tony Khan loves him some Tanahashi.
Alf.
That was very persuasive, Brad. Like, I thought this was a lock for Moxley. And maybe that's why Tanahashi. The thing is, this is going to be mean, and I've seen his earlier work in New Japan, and the dude's a legend. He is the ace, but I don't want to see him every week or every other week in AEW. I don't think he can carry the belt. I think non-English speaking wrestlers are going to struggle with American audiences unless they bring in some, random spokesperson or whatever. If Mox wins, then Omega comes back. That sets up a rematch for that belt, right? And then
Mox versus Hangman.
Yeah, and then Punk comes back, and like we could have another 4-way match in a couple months when Punk's ready, and that would be amazing. But but you're right. It just seems so obvious, and that Mox will win, so maybe he won't. I'm up in the air. Tyler, what do you think? You're the deciding vote here.
I actually have some sense of conviction on this one. I think it's Jon Moxley, no doubt. Brad is persuasive, as we established. I think it's Mox, though. I think for sure he becomes the first 2-time world champ in AEW history. Like you alluded to, Alf, I think there's a lot of options in what you could do with Mox as champion. I think Mox deserves it. Considering his first reign, the pandemic started not too long after. I think it just makes all the sense in the world for Mox to take this win. And for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. If I were to go to Vegas on this one, if I were a betting man, I think all the money is on Mox to win. Predictable, yes, but I think it would be the right decision.
I think part of this, I was going to ask the question, but I'm just going to say what I think. redemption
good.
story. You know, like this is also him coming back.
Yes.
This is like what a way to cap off a year for the dude. I had a baby. I released a book. I went to rehab. I was gone for 3 months. I
Speak
came
on
back
it.
and I was a great wrestler and now I'm the best in the world. And he believes it when he says it. You could tell he believes the hell out of that. And hard to disagree with him. So I don't know. Everything in me says Moxley, and I just feel like this is maybe a TK thing for Tanahashi. So I'm going to stick with Tanahashi just to be a counterpoint, but I'm not going to be mad with a Mox win. I think it would be great.
Do you guys think we see Kenny on the show?
Well, if Mox wins the belt, that's the perfect time for a Kenny,
agreed.
Not necessarily run in or whatever, but at least like, hey, you got my belt, I'm back, I want it, blah blah blah. And that could be a great way to end the show. So
Jay White pinning Adam Cole, and then Bullet Club beating him down or something, and then Undisputed Elite shows up, and then Kenny comes out to help. Could also be a way for it to happen, like the cleaner music plays. And then I don't know. I've been thinking about like where does Kenny come back in the show, and I'm with you. It kind of feels like it has to be the end. He's the biggest star in both, right? Like
I think
Okada,
capping the show. I don't think you can have too many run-ins in a 4-way match. It's just too many people. You know what I mean?
Gang wars.
If he comes out at the end of the show, yeah. So I'm gonna go Mox. I hope he wins. But Brad, you've definitely planted a seed of doubt in my mind.
That's what I do.
The seed has been planted.
So let's review the belts then. Which belts did we have staying with the incumbent champion, and which belts did we have changing hands?
Yeah, Thunder Rosa, for me at least, Thunder Rosa and Will Ospreay retain. I'm pulling up my items here. Yeah, in terms of the title matches, we had obviously All Atlantic is brand new. The tag title matches is winners take all. For me, Ospreay retains, Thunder Rosa retains, Jay White retains after my soliloquy, if you will. Yeah. And I think those are all the title matches, right?
Yeah, because the interim title, yeah. That one will be a win, so nobody will lose the title. It'll just be who gets the title. The other one will be who wins the title or retains. The Thunder Rosa Tony Storm match doesn't really have any bearing here because it's AEW.
Yeah.
The All Atlantic brand new doesn't matter. But I mean, it matters, but I think we could safely say an AEW talent's walking away with that.
Maybe your Orange Cassidy pick, Brad. That's looking attractive. I kind of went the safe route.
I mean, by any measure, it's Will Ospreay should win that match. Like without thinking about it, which is why I'm like, they might do that. They might. I've been overthinking all of this. I've been going like, where's the place where they do that thing? And that makes us go, holy, what?
That has to happen at least once on this particular show, right?
Yes.
At least once.
So a lot of AEW talent are going to be walking away with belts if we're going to predict it like this, which is why I think Tanahashi walks away with the world championship or Okada retains the IWGP. I don't think you can't have all white dudes walking away with belts and the Japanese talent not walking away with any on a cross promotional thing. That's
fantastic point.
A terrible look.
Yeah. Man.
I just don't know where that happens. FTR is winning those belts. I don't.
Yeah.
The end. We're gonna get disappointed and Swerve big time on that. I feel like now, because we all picked them. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know, man. The United States Championship, the IWGP World, and the AEW World. Those are the three, really, right? The other ones are I've bestowed this upon you. Even the interim championship is somebody winning it, not losing it. So in those three, if Will retains, that doesn't change a thing. That's a New Japan talent. If Jay White retains, that's a New Japan talent.
But both Gaijin, to your point earlier.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like it. Well, with Will
So,
Ospreay, it's only getting whiter if Orange Cassidy wins. So,
right. I just mean like if you're gonna say the belt stays with New Japan, yeah, it stays with New Japan, but with a white guy in New
yeah,
Japan. You know what I
which is
mean?
why either
So
Okada
it's
or
got to be
Tanahashi has to win one
right.
of those, right?
And
Yeah,
if it's between
right.
Tanahashi and Okada, I'm gonna say Okada
I
gets
agree,
his belt
Alf.
back
Yeah.
and
I
goes back a
agree.
hero. And Tanahashi goes out on his shield against Moxley, first two-time champion,
I
brings
don't I don't
Kenny
think
Omega back in the
Tanahashi's
picture.
winning.
And
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
Jay White's had that belt for a week. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
it's
let,
He'll
just,
get it
let,
again.
let,
He's
let,
had
let,
it
let-
before.
I like that you're like, well, he'll get it again after telling us they don't drop that belt forever.
Well, he's had it before, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't even know.
Let me-
Yeah.
I know he had the US title, but I didn't know if he had the
yes, he's
Yeah.
had the U.S. I thought he had the heavyweight title before.
or the Intercontinental. Maybe it was. I don't remember.
one of those. Let me ask you guys my final question as we approach an hour here. Such a fun conversation, by the way. The build up to this event. Obviously, this has been in the works for a while. The three of us have been super excited for it. Injuries, I think, have hindered our excitement level, and probably same for those who are listening and watching this. This may be a silly question, but I'll ask it. Does the intrigue and mystery around who's going over for all of these matches, does this increase your excitement and maybe not reach the same levels of excited you were a month ago for this show, but is it sort of close now for you guys, or are you still sort of I'm not as in love with Forbidden Door as I was a month ago when I thought I was going to see Punk and Danielson and where are you guys at with that?
Well, I'll tell you with Punk and Tanahashi, I wasn't really excited about that match. I'm more excited about Moxley and Tanahashi, to be honest with you. Danielson not being in there is the thing that I think I'm most disappointed about. Really, not seeing Kenta bothers me too. I would have loved to have seen Kenta in there. I would have rather have seen Kenta and CM Punk where there's kind of real life heat and they have the same finisher. I thought that would have been a better play, but it sounds like he'll never wrestle him. He just has no interest in doing it, which bums me out. But yeah, I don't know. I can tell you after going through all of this, I'm much more excited for Sunday than I was because I've had time to really think about what the matches are going to look like, and I can't think of any match on this card that's going to be bad. Like I think they're all going to deliver.
Alf, how about you? Your expectations a month ago versus what we're getting on the card for Sunday. Same excitement, a little less, drastically less?
I think this conversation has brought the excitement back up. There definitely was a drop off with all the injuries and the replacements, and but I feel like this conversation's brought that excitement back. Have you guys heard anything about? Is this going to be an annual thing? Do you think? Or
Yeah. Tony Khan said Tony Khan says he wants it to be an annual thing,
Mhm,
and as far as I understand, when Moxley was talking, you should really listen to the sessions this week.
mhm.
He was talking to the New Japan talent, or with New Japan, trying to work over there and work over here when he had the IWGP belt.
Yeah.
And he was coordinating all of it between the companies. Nobody was in between. He
Wow.
was doing all of it on his own because there was no conversation between the two parties. It was just John figuring it out. And that's crazy to me. But over time, people started going, oh, this could be cool, or this could be cool. I guess the Wheeler Yuta decision to wrestle Moxley in that match before Wheeler Yuta joined Blackpool Combat Club, and he talks about the genesis of that and how it kind of happened by accident.
Kendrick was suspended, right?
He was supposed to wrestle Kendrick. They had just signed Kendrick. They found out he was insane, and then they immediately got rid of him. And Wheeler Yuta was a fill-in an hour before the show started. And they went out there and had a great match that led to the following week's match with Danielson that ended up leading to Wheeler Yuta joining Blackpool Combat Club. So I feel like all that was really cool, but his discussion about the New Japan AEW relationship being non-existent before him trying to do that, and then Kenny trying to get it going, and then other talents, and now we have a pay-per-view dedicated to the two promotions. And I was telling Tyler, it's what in the 90s, I think a lot of us were trying to fantasy book the WWF guys with the WCW guys and who could win. We're getting that to a different extent. It's not Steve Austin against like Goldberg from the 90s. Thank God we never got that. But like, like those two huge names in the company, a lot of which we got later on down the line because WWF bought WCW. But I feel like we're getting those dream matches that we never would have ever seen before. I'm stoked for this. So even if this doesn't deliver the way we thought it would, even if this isn't what it could have been, imagine what it could be. So it's only a year from now for them to do another one if they decide to do it again. And hopefully everybody will be healthy at that point. And then we get all of the matches we maybe missed this year. I know Danielson's only got a few more years left, but he'll still be around, and it could be incredible. And I don't think there's anything stopping them from having matches in AEW in the States because more eyes are on the product here. They just, I think, at least internationally, we are much more popular in the United States. AEW is more popular than New Japan, but we'll see how it plays out, I guess.
Yes, we will. I'm looking forward to it. Alf, thank you so much for joining us. This was a blast. Our best to you this summer. Hopefully you have lots of downtime with your wonderful family. Shout out to your son, Liam. He is going to be an Arizona Wildcat come this fall. So we are bear down all day, every day.
Bear down.
We are celebrating him. We are rooting for him. And again, man, we just thank you for your generosity. It was a blast to have you back on.
Oh, anytime. My pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Brad, quick plugs to close out. Please do yourself a favor and follow Brad on Twitter. He has just reached 1,000 followers, so he is a big deal. Blue checkmark city soon, hopefully. My fingers are crossed. He is at Winduster. You can follow me and hopefully become my 91st follower on Twitter. I am at Tyler J. McDowell. That's an absolute shoot. We are at GIPod19 on Twitter, gimmickinfringementpod.com. I have a new article up, quick plug for myself. I'll be a show for myself. I have a new article up titled The Friendship Behind GI, where I reflect on my first time meeting Brad and how our friendship has developed largely through professional wrestling and led to this very here podcast. So shout out to Brad for getting that up on the site and working his tech and artistic magic as he always does. And please follow our wonderful colleagues at 19 Media Group at 19M Group on Twitter. Brad, that was a historic number of plugs. I think we are good. Man, this was a blast. I thank you all so much we thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you enjoy the show. And we hope you'll join us for the next edition of Gimmick Infringement. Gimmick Infringement is a part of 19 Media Group. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube via the 19 Media Group channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.